Today is Friday, November the 15th, 2024, and take a look at the latest headlines coming out. You can see here 5 hours ago, reported by Axios, Israel destroyed an active nuclear weapons research facility, and you can see over the past 3-4 hours or so, this has been coming out across all the news media headlines. Take a look. Israel destroys Iranian nuclear weapons research center, reported by Axios. You can see this coming out today, Friday, November the 15th, 2024. This information coming out today. IAF hits secret Iranian nuclear research facility during October operation. It is now coming out that during that strike that Israel did against Iran, it has been confirmed that they had hit an active nuclear research facility that was capable of nuclear weapons. Take a look at this. Satellite pictures have now confirmed and show that Israel destroyed an active, top-secret Iranian nuclear weapons base during their revenge strike. The attack also hampered Iran's ability to produce missiles. And again, this information now coming out today. You can see here, November the 15th, 2024, updated 1349. November 15th, 2024. And in addition to that, this comes as we had heard the Biden administration, United States, say they would not support an Israeli strike on Iranian nuclear facilities. They had said, do not hit those nuclear facilities. Now, what we're hearing is that this was an active nuclear research facility, but it was not tied directly to their nuclear agreement. So they're saying they did not overstep and disobey the United States, but we are hearing that they were hit. This is being reported today. I'm going to share with you the latest articles and footage coming out on this, as well as this is being reported and confirmed across U.S. media outlets. Iran's nuclear sites, though, we have heard. Now, this came out about 4 days ago. I shared this with you. Iran's nuclear sites are more exposed than ever before, said the new Israeli Defense Minister, Israeli Katz, and he said, now is the time to strike. Take a look. I shared this with you when it came out. This one updated 3 days ago. Defense Minister Katz says, the time is right to hit Iran. Israel's incoming defense minister, Israel Katz, declared conditions are optimal for targeting Iran's nuclear program, citing recent successful Israeli airstrikes and broad national consensus. They're saying, let's go ahead and do it. And as I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing with you articles and video footage that is confirming that they have hit a nuclear research facility in Iran in their previous attack. It is now being reported as of 5 hours ago from Axios today, November the 15th, 2024. Now, this comes as well as, take a look at this article coming out yesterday, updated today. It says, IAEA chief, despite Iran attacks on Israel, no one should hit Tehran's nuclear facilities. Rafael Grossi urges restraint on Iran's nuclear site attack, meets Iran's leader amid talks on cooperations as pressure mounts from Western diplomats. So you guys, we're hearing that there is now confirmation coming out. There is aerial footage showing that their nuclear research facilities in Iran, they have been hit. It is now being reported and confirmed across U.S. media outlets. And like I said, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest information and video footage coming out on this, so that way you can see it for yourself. Now, the video footage just coming out about an hour or so ago from Fox Live Now. As you guys know, here on the channel, I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it. Everything is going to be linked. I do it just like a book report, so that way you can see everywhere where my information is coming from, hold myself accountable to the community. So I'm going to get you caught up on this breaking news coming out today, Friday, November the 15th, 2024. And if you appreciate that, do me a quick favor before we dive in. Don't forget, take a quick second, hit that like button, helps spread this out further, so that way more people can get more information here on the channel, and it helps spread this out further. Now, if you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Go ahead and take a quick second, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, it's totally free. I'll keep you up to speed on everything. And also, super chats help as well. Thank you so much, Kyle Brown, for the $5 super chat. Hey, Steve, can you check out if Melania Trump is bringing a case against Whoopi and The View over unaliving Trump? Thanks, Steve Smokem, if you got him. Thank you for that, Kyle Brown. I have not heard anything on that. I will take a look. But I did see this breaking news coming out on this, and I thought this was very important because this could be a huge element involved in the retaliatory attacks going on between Israel and Iran. I will take a look into that, though, and get you more information on that. But thank you for the support, Kyle Brown. I appreciate that. YouTube, let me know. Super chats and lots of likes help spread this out so more people see the latest information on the platforms. Thank you for that. And like I said, all these articles are going to be linked in the description below. I cite all the sources, and also in addition to that, resources available for you down below as well. I see people starting to pour in, more people coming in with the latest breaking news that it has been confirmed that Israel had hit a nuclear weapons research facility in their last attack. So let's go ahead and dive right in, get you guys caught up on the latest so that way you can see it for yourself. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video footage, then we'll dive into the articles. And as soon as this video starts, do me a favor, drop a 5x5 so that way I know that you can hear it and see it okay and the information is getting across well as I switch over the microphones. Let's go ahead and dive right in.
Here with reaction to Donald Trump's picks so far, now the confirmation process will likely go in January, is the incoming Senate Conference Chair, Senator Tom Cotton. Senator, congratulations on the leadership position, and also you're going to be Chairman of Intelligence. But your thoughts about what we've seen so far and the speed in which we're getting these nominees?
Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. We shouldn't be surprised that President Trump is moving quickly. He's already been the president. He knows how to do the job. He knows the kind of people he wants on the job with him. And he campaigned on the promise to shake things up in Washington, to not just go with conventional types of selections. People that want to go, he wants people that are going to go into these departments and agencies and actually clear out a lot of the excess bureaucratic waste and the rot, and make sure that these departments and agencies are working on behalf of the American people, not on behalf of their own interests and fiefdom. So I don't think anyone should be surprised that President Trump is moving fast or that he's making some unconventional nominees. They're going to shake things up. That's exactly what he campaigned on.
The main thing is let's have it. Do the nomination process, but do it quickly. You point out that in 2009, Barack Obama set a land speed record with his confirmations. Can you do the same?
Yeah, Brian, I expect us to move very promptly. The new Senate will be sworn in on January 3rd. That's 17 days before Donald Trump is inaugurated on January 20th. We can have committee hearings on these nominees before President Trump is formally inaugurated and can submit the nominations. And that means that on January 20th, as soon as he finishes what I'm sure will be a great inaugural address, and turns around and walks inside the Capitol, he can sit down and sign the papers that submit those nominations formally. That means the committees can immediately vote on them and we can move them to the floor. In 2009, the Senate confirmed 9 of Barack Obama's cabinet nominees in just the first 48 hours. The Democrats refused to do that in 2017, but
they're going to mention Iran here in just a second. I know they're talking about the cabinet. Just give it 1 second here.
It's going to come up. There's not going to be the kind of leisurely pace that the Senate has sometimes taken in the past. I expect that we're going to stay in session. We're going to work around the clock to process these nominations to make sure Donald Trump gets his appointees into place promptly.
You're in armed services as well as intelligence. I'm sure you probably know to a degree that Israel looks like they have destroyed the active nuclear weapons research facility in Iran with their last hit. I did not know they even targeted that, but it looks as though they also wiped out Iran's missile defense. Iran is threatening to hit Israel. The president's going to have to, the president-elect is going to have to deal with this when he gets into office. What would your recommendation be? I know he's got good people around him too, about what we should do with this unique opportunity to maybe take out this weapons program once and for all.
Well, first, I would say that Israel faces a serious threat for the next 10 weeks, and I would urge President Biden to stand by Israel to make sure that Israel is well defended and that we back Israel to the hilt. But I know that's what President Trump will do from the very beginning. They'll back Israel to the hilt. Iran is the key threat in the Middle East, not only to Israel, but to the United States. They're behind terrorist organizations like Hamas and Hezbollah, but Iran is now exposed on its flanks in the way it hasn't been for decades. Hamas is largely destroyed. Hezbollah's missiles and rocket forces in Lebanon have been severely degraded. That was the main deterrent that Iran used against Israel. And now Israel and Iran have exchanged missile strikes twice. Israel's have been much more effective, as you say, destroying a lot of Iran's air defenses. So we should back Israel to the hilt. And the one thing that President Trump has always been clear about, just like Prime Minister Netanyahu, is that Iran cannot be allowed to have a nuclear weapon or even be on the verge of having a nuclear weapon.
And what your people should understand that when we put up that map of Iran, you know who agrees with what Senator Tom Cotton said? almost every other nation in that area. They also see as Iran as the problem, and nobody wants them to have nuclear weapons. Senator, thanks so much. Congratulations on all this change, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
There you have it, you guys. So, and I know that the first part of that, they were talking about Trump and his cabinet, but then the second part, you could hear that they were going to talk about how to address what is currently going on right now between Israel and Iran. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. As I mentioned, let's go into detail. Some of these are actually showing photos we're hearing. And as you can see, this coming out today, just about a little over an hour ago today, November the 15th, 2024. This coming out from Fox Live News Now. And then take a look at this. This one coming out from The Sun just a couple hours ago. Satellite pictures show Israel destroyed active top secret Iranian nuclear weapons base during their revenge strikes. So it has been confirmed, and we now have aerial footage as well. You can see the locations. So destroyed buildings here. This is a photo area, and Talgon 2. Satellite pictures show the destroyed buildings used for nuclear research and productions of parts for nuclear devices. So it is now starting to come out that that Israeli attack that took place on October 26th, that they actually also hit these nuclear facilities as well that had the capabilities of research for potential nuclear weapons. Here's another look at it, a different view. Targeted buildings, Talgon 2. The targeted buildings were part of the Parchin military complex. Here's another photo you can see. A Maxar close-up satellite imagery of the Parchin military complex in Iran from November 22nd. And so they are saying, that these are the areas that were hit, this facility, and it had nuclear research that was being done there that had the capabilities. Now we're hearing, as I mentioned to you, that the United States had said that they did not support an attack on Iranian nuclear facilities. As I shared with you, Biden said that they would not support an Israeli strike on these nuclear sites. However, what we're hearing, I'm going to share with you the latest information. And again, for those of you hopping on just right now, I see we've almost got 2,100 people coming on. That today, November the 15th, 2024, Axios reporting 5 hours ago, Israel destroyed an active nuclear weapons research facility in Iran. All the other news media headlines coming out after Axios confirming this, and we have satellite imagery that they were hit in that retaliatory strike by Israel. Let's take a look at this one coming out here. It says Israel destroys Iranian nuclear weapons research center, according to Axios today, Friday, November the 15th, 2024, and this is going to be cited, linked in the description, so you can check it out for yourself. In late October, the Israeli military destroyed an active top-secret research facility for nuclear weapons development in Iran, according to Axios. As the U.S. and Israeli officials report, Israel's strike on the site, which was previously thought to be inactive, caused significant damage to Iran's efforts to resume nuclear weapons research. So they're saying they don't believe that this is an active site for nuclear weapons, but they are doing research at this facility that would allow them to do so. A former Israeli official stated that sophisticated equipment used to develop plastic explosives surrounding uranium in a nuclear device critical for the detonation was destroyed. One of the targets on the October 25th strike was the Talgon 2 facility, which is the ones we just saw in the pictures, located in the Parchin military complex southeast of Tehran. This facility was part of Iran's nuclear weapons program until its suspension in 2003. The Institute of Science and International Security noted that it had been used for testing explosives essential for triggering nuclear devices. Satellite images obtained after the Israeli strike revealed that the Talgon 2 building had been completely destroyed. Israeli and U.S. officials stated that activities observed at the Talgon 2 were part of Iran's government efforts to conduct research that could be used to develop nuclear weapons, but could also be presented as civilian research as well. Israeli and U.S. intelligence began tracking research activities at the site earlier this year. Late June, White House officials privately warned Tehran about this suspicious research activity. The United States hoped that this warning would force Iran to cease nuclear activities at the site, but this did not happen. And Israel prepared its response to a massive Iranian missile attack on October 1st, the Talgon 2 facility was selected as a target. U.S. President Joe Biden asked Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu not to attack nuclear facilities in order not to provoke a war with Iran. However, since Telgan 2 was not officially a part of Iran's declared nuclear program. Tehran cannot acknowledge the critical impact of the attack without admitting a breach of the Nuclear Non-Proliferated Treaty. Wow. So, very strategic move here. They're saying that they hit this nuclear facility. They believe that Iran was doing secret research. It was off and not included in their nuclear program. And Israel striking it, they believe that they have crippled research that was going on there for the development of nuclear weapons. However, if Iran comes out and confesses that Israel did hit this and it did impact their nuclear capabilities and their research, well, then that is a breach of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty because they did not include it in their list for the program. So Israel somehow knew that they had this secret facility, struck it, and hit it, and they're saying it has now been confirmed that they believe that that nuclear research facility actually was a part of nuclear weapons development. So, wow, some pretty incredible intel there from Israel to go ahead and find this out, discover it, hit it, and then, if it is now exposed, it is actually a breach of the contract that Iran had originally signed. Israel's strike on Iran and Tehran's response. On the night of October 26th, Israel launched a retaliatory strike against Iran in response to a missile attack on its territory on October 1st. The strike disabled a critical component of Iran's ballistic missile production program. At the time, Iran's media, citing sources, reported that Iran did not plan to respond to Israel's attack. However, on October 31st, Axios, citing sources, reported that Iran was planning to strike Israel from Iraqi territory. The attack could be carried out by pro-Iranian militants and would involve a significant number of ballistic missiles and drones. According to the New York Times, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, ordered preparations for a strike on Israel. Wow, so it is being confirmed Israel did hit one of their nuclear facilities, but not included in that nuclear program, and that they're saying was actually a secret site for development that was not included. And if Iran comes out and says that they actually did strike this nuclear facility, that it is then a breach of the contract, showing that Iran was going around. So, wow, very, very huge news coming out today that Israel had hit this nuclear weapons research facility. This is breaking all over the news media outlets today in the last 5 hours, November the 15th, 2024. Take a look at this one with me as well. This one coming out from the Jerusalem Post about 3 hours ago. IAF hits secret Iranian nuclear research facility. During October operations, the strike dealt a severe blow to Iran's nuclear development efforts, according to the officials cited in the report. This one says the Israel Air Force allegedly struck one of Iran's secret nuclear research facilities as a part of an operation that took place at the end of October, according to a Friday Axios report that cited former and current U.S. and Israeli officials. So again, this just coming out today, you guys. Breaking news, November the 15th, they are saying that they did hit those nuclear facilities. According to the report, the attack caused significant damage to the site in the Parchin military complex, about 20 kilometers southeast of Tehran. The strike dealt a severe blow to Iran's nuclear development efforts, the officials cited in the report claimed. Now, the facility was allegedly part of Iran's Ahmed nuclear weapons program until 2003. It was then used as a testing for explosives. It was used for testing explosives needed to set off a nuclear device. The report added, citing Institute for Science and International Security. Iran declines to comment. Axios also noted that a former Israeli official briefed on the strikes said that Israel destroyed sophisticated equipment that was required and necessary for nuclear devices. Additionally, the report said that Iran had allegedly denied using nuclear weapons. It also mentioned that the Iranian mission to the UN declined to comment on the Axios report. Wow. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And again, Iran in a difficult situation, because if they confess that this actually was for nuclear weapons developments, then they are exposing that they had actually breached their agreement by not including this in their nuclear program. So puts them in a tight spot and allows Israel to go ahead and hit it. And it is not breaching anything that was requested or said, as Israel was told by the United States and Russia and several others not to hit any of the nuclear facilities that were included in that agreement that would stifle their ability to continue technical or technology research on nuclear weapons. Wow, so absolutely incredible. And as I shared with you guys just a little while ago, the actual satellite photo pictures that have come out that have confirmed this, that an active top secret nuclear weapons base in Iran was destroyed. This has been confirmed today, November the 15th, 2024. Now, let me know your thoughts. Are we going to be seeing things escalate from here between Israel and Iran? If you think yes, we're going to be seeing things escalate, drop a 1 for me in the comments. I shared with you the video footage that came out from Fox Live News Now about roughly an hour ago as they're covering this as well. If you think no, things are going to get detoured, we're going to see things de-escalate. There won't be retaliatory attacks. Maybe Iran has been hit too hard. It is crippled. We're hearing their missile defenses and missile capabilities. Even one of their secret nuclear research facilities has been hit. And we have Donald Trump coming into the presidency as well, saying he sees eye to eye with Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel. If you think that we're going to start to see things de-escalate, drop a 2 in the comments. If you think no, things are just still going to ramp up from here and we're going to go into all-out regional war or maybe even global war, drop a 1 in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. But we are hearing that this is huge news coming out today, that one of their nuclear research facilities that had nuclear weapons capabilities and developments was hit today. And this comes, as I mentioned, as Biden had said that they do not support a strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. But we now have the new defense minister, Israel Katz, coming in. Katz is saying that he's on board. Take a look at this. Iran's nuclear sites, they're more exposed than ever before. This is the new Israeli defense minister. And he said, I shared this with you about 3 days ago, the time is right to hit Iran. He said that Israel's incoming defense minister, Israel Katz, declared conditions are optimal for targeting Iran's nuclear program, citing recent successful Israeli airstrikes and broad national consensus. And I also share with you the video footage on this, and we are still hearing other nations saying by no means should you be hitting Tehran's nuclear facilities. However, we are hearing that Israel is saying we want to eradicate the threat, that they don't want to pull back, because if they do, they still believe that Hamas, these other proxy groups that are being funded and led by Iran, will still come and pose a threat to the nation of Israel. And who knows, even if we strike them but we don't eradicate them and fully wipe them out, they could come back and we could see another October 7th attack unfold. So that is why Benjamin Netanyahu is saying we are not stopping until we wipe them out. And I am seeing a lot of 1s pouring into the comments. I'm seeing a couple of 2s. Some people think that it's going to de-escalate. I know a lot of people are saying the Trump effect, they're calling it, is currently taking place. Donald Trump coming in and shaking things up. A lot of nations responding to the fact that the United States is going to have a new administration coming in, one that they've seen before. And we are seeing other nations react. Now, we also heard that Hamas had literally come in within 24 hours of the announcement that Donald Trump was president-elect and asked for a ceasefire, saying it was time to end the war. But things are definitely still tense in the Middle East. Now, as developments come out, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to speed here on the channel, but this is huge coming out today that has been revealed and has been confirmed, and it's coming out across all the news media headlines. Axios, the first to report on it, that Israel had hit a nuclear weapons research facility in their attack on October 25th. So, massive development. And we will see, because has Iran been hit so hard now and has been crippled so badly that they will try to downplay this so that way they don't have to retaliate, because they're concerned of what else could come if they hit them again. Israel has said that they are ready, they are waiting, they want Iran to hit them back, because they have got plans for oil refineries, for nuclear facilities, and they said Iran does not want to escalate this any further, because if they do, Israel is ready. And it's very interesting. I share with a lot of people that the analogy that I used is almost if there was 2 boxers that were fighting. Imagine one boxer throwing tons of punches, but they're being blocked, and barely any of them are even getting through, causing any damage. That was kind of what we saw with the October 1st attack of Iran against Israel, throwing in tons and tons of ballistic missiles at Israel. Most of them, the majority, over 90%, being destroyed and not hitting their targets. thanks to the Iron Dome of Israel. The majority of them did not make contact, so doing very little damage, and also very dangerous, just kind of sprawling strike across the nation of Israel, targeting communities and homes and areas that could have done serious damage to the communities and to the people of Israel. Now, on the other hand, then you have another fighter, and he only throws a couple of punches, but they get through and they hit directly, and they do quite a bit of damage to the other opponent. That is what we've been seeing in the strikes with Israel. As Israel's last attack, a lot of people of Iran messaging me saying, I didn't even know an attack happened. Well, that was because they targeted military facilities and facilities that they thought were very strategic hits to help cripple Iran in the war. And we're hearing that is exactly what has unfolded. So Israel's saying they are ready for precise, powerful, and shocking attacks against Iran. That was the words that was used by the former defense minister Yoav Gallant of Israel. And it appears that his claims are still ringing true right now. So we will see. I will continue to keep you up to date as we've got this developing news coming out today, November the 15th, 2024, that has been confirmed that nuclear weapons research facility was hit, and it's been confirmed by aerial imagery and photos, and is coming out across the news media outlets today. Axios, the first to report it. And this is huge. So we will see what unfolds from here, because if, nothing else, this is definitely sort of a blow to the Iranian ego, to their pride, as they are now also being divulged for getting their military and missile components totally crippled, but also nuclear research facilities that were not included in their nuclear program that they did not divulge were hit by Israel as well. So big news coming out. And like I said, as more comes out on this, I'll be sure to keep you guys up to date here on the channel. Now, do me a favor. I see we've got 2,156 people with me live. Please take a second, if you haven't done so yet, and smash that like button if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything. Also, all of these articles I'm referencing cited, linked in the description below. I cite all of my sources like a book report to hold myself accountable to the community, so that way you can know, rest assured that this is the latest information coming out. And also subscribe to stay up to date. If this is your first time here, I will keep you up to speed on everything, and additional resources linked down below as well. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And I see people mentioning the boxing, that tonight Mike Tyson is going to be fighting on Netflix. Yes, I heard about that as well. I'm planning to watch it myself. I remember growing up seeing Mike Tyson fight, and I would like to see it tonight, even though I think that it's more of a show than an actual fight, in my opinion. I'm not really sure. I've heard that the Paul brothers, it's a big spectacle more than anything, but we will see. I'm still going to check it out, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will keep you up to date here on the channel. These articles are linked in the description below. If any more comes out, I'll be sure to share. Thank you guys for joining me. Take care. God bless.